Just tell them to go fuck themselves. The discourse is over. The war has begun. You're not talking to Nazis anymore. You're not talking to people that want to entertain the notion of being a Nazi anymore. You don't want to talk to people that want to circumscribe the concept of Nazism within a fucking Socratic dialectic about goddamn whether Nazi. They're fucking Nazis. It's the bedrock of humanity. It is so low that the worst people in the world find it. And that's where they rally. And it's so low. We have gotten so bad that a third of our country has gotten there. 29% of the people are fucking Nazis.
Yes, I did it. There is no God in your face. One dot, motherfucker.
Yes!
Yeah!
Oh, yes!
All right.
So, Dan Harmon claims that 29% of Americans are Nazis. So, I went ahead and looked that up. So, according to the Daily News, 63% of Americans are white. And I figured this was an important statistic if you keep in mind the fact that, well, all supposed neo-Nazis would be white, wouldn't they? I wouldn't imagine a black supremacist or a black-white supremacist going out there, would you? So that means out of those 63%, 29% of all Americans are somehow in that 63%. According to the Daily Beast, the Southern Poverty Law Center estimates that the KKK counts for 5,000 to 8,000 members nationwide. Keep in mind this article continued to go on and on about how much of a threat these neo-Nazis were, and then goes to list that they are literally a fraction of a percentage of the population. In fact, it would be 3/1,000ths of a percentage of the population. So we are talking about such a small amount of people. I don't think there's any reason why we should have to take sides, even if they are neo-Nazis, which I think a lot of these people have been misrepresented. Even if they are neo-Nazis, just because there are two teams in the streets fighting does not mean you have to pick a side. You can say, I don't like the commies or the Nazis. You don't have to join one of them. As for the neo-Nazis or white nationalists, etc., these people have been flattened to cover so many people because of the attempt to silence people on the right, libertarians, conservatives, and call them racist and Nazis. They are now associating directly with people who are Nazis and nationalists and supremacists. And even if those people, I think, first of all, before I go any further, I wanted to say that calling someone who is a white supremacist or white nationalist, etc., a Nazi is so factually incorrect, even if they agree with most of their policies, etc. Because to call someone a Nazi is to imply that they support pushing an entire race into the ovens and exterminating them. They use that emotional push in order to make themselves right, which is why they are so quick to call everyone a Nazi. Oh, you must want to commit genocide, just because I said, well, maybe I'm a bit critical of socialism. But as I was saying, even if they are what you call them, they aren't hurting anybody. They're peacefully assembling on the side of the road. And if Antifa really cares about stopping the rise of Nazism, where were they to protest or confront the Black Israelites? These guys right here.
Black people are born Jew.
I'm Jewish.
No, you're not. Italo Yehudi.
He loved Jacob. Who's Jacob? The so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans and the Seminole Indians.
Death to all you crackers, man.
That's right. Fucking punks, man. That's right. You want to bash your fucking head in, man. That's right.
And all you so-called white people, you punk faggots, you going into slavery, all right?
That's right.
I'm going to destroy you, man. By the way, all you so-called white women, you're going to get brutally raped out here.
That's right. Let you put to death. That's right.
And all you so-called Asians, you're going into slavery, all right?
That's right.
You're going into slavery, all right, where you belong.
What says in the scriptures, God do hate.
Yeah. That's right.
And that's not the only thing he hates. He hates many things in the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
He hates Esau. Who's the Esau? He's the progenitor of the so-called white race, man.
Well, based on all of that rhetoric, I'm pretty sure Antifa would try to ally themselves with these folks. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video there. But I did want to reach out a little bit for help. If you guys have seen this man here in this picture from Charlottesville holding the Nazi flag. There have been conflicting accounts that he might have been a crisis actor of some sorts, as other images are shown of him leaving in a different shirt. He apparently didn't stick around for very long after supposedly proudly flying his Nazi flag. He's a very distinctive man, very large forehead. He looks like he would be related to the Schrute family from The Office. But if you guys have seen anything or know of anything regarding the Charlottesville thing and people posing as Nazis, hit me up on Twitter, send me some messages. I'd like to hear what you guys think. I'm trying very hard not to confirm my own bias as much as possible, but I have a feeling that the whole Charlottesville thing didn't go exactly as the media is reporting it, or that any of us have been able to perceive it. And let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments below. I'll have a link to everything in the description so you can check them out in their entirety if you would like. And that damn Harmon thing, that is some juicy stuff. 29% of Americans are Nazis. Sure, buddy. Sure. I see now how a show as critically acclaimed as Community would crumble over one man's ego. I hope the same thing doesn't happen to Rick and Morty, but considering that whole spiel, and I believe Justin Roiland and him don't exactly agree on politics, if he continues going in this direction, I can't imagine that Justin Roiland is such a patient man to be able to deal with that. But anyway, I'll go ahead and leave you, and you all have a nice afternoon.